You want to open it?
It is so weird to walk out our front door and have an Airstream right next to us.
You like the Airstream?
It was a good Airstream. It was a good Airstream. Good Airstream.
Is it a good Airstream? I hope so. You want to go on the Airstream? Gotta leave the stick out here.
So today is, I guess, kind of demo day on our Airstream we bought. We're not totally demoing the entire trailer and gutting it or anything like that, but we are gonna start with this dinette. We're gonna get it out of here and see what this space looks like and try to decide what we want to do to open this up and still make it functional. We also want to try to get out a lot of the stuff that came with the trailer.
We don't use much silverware. You know, we have like 4 forks, 4 spoons, just what we need in case we had a couple people over, and then we've got plastic stuff if we need more than that. But it's got that, and then that, and then that.
We're probably good to go if about 20 people come over and demand having their own fork and spoon, but we do not need that much silverware. We could definitely use the space for something else since we're full-timing in this.
You know, it also came with tons of pillows and blankets. And
I mean, it's like stocked and ready to go camping, like if they wanted to leave for the weekend to go do things. The lady just said, get it out of here, I don't want it. I don't think she even stepped in here and took one single thing out of here. So we're gonna decide what we're gonna keep, what we're not gonna keep, do something with that stuff. This is gonna be our pile for Marissa to go through and figure out what we're gonna keep, what we're gonna throw away, what we're gonna take to Goodwill, what we're gonna give to friends and family, things like that. A lot of this is gonna be duplicates of what we already have, or it's just not, you know, our decor style, I guess. So we're gonna have to decide what to do with a lot of this stuff. Part of why we got this RV is because of the upgrades. A very, very solid bones, very well built, top of the line 2008, and it had pretty much all the upgrades added onto it on top of that. You got your usual water faucet, soap dispensers built into the counter, so it saves us counter space, and it's just nice and neat back here on the back side. And then it's actually got a water filtration system built into it already, which is what this is. It goes down here. And so we don't have to filter the water on the entire RV like what we're doing now and replace it, you know, every couple of months, and it still probably not do as good of a job as something that's a dedicated water filtration system like this. One of the harder things about buying an RV is figuring out where things will go. You know, when you walk around an RV, look at an RV brand new, get a feel for it, it's one thing, but it's another when you actually start living in this RV on a daily basis. And so we tried to be sitting, you know, eating breakfast like we did this morning and say, okay, what would this look and feel like in the Airstream? Where would things go? What would we do? So it's tough. It takes a lot of mental work to visualize things. And 3 of the problems we've already got with this space, where does our trash can go? It has a place for a trash can. That's pretty small. A 1 gallon. See, I don't know that the 1 gallon trash is gonna work for us. So we gotta figure out a place for our trash can to go. And so I've actually brought it inside here, and I'm looking to see where would it fit, where would it go. One thing that people a lot of times don't think about is where are our shoes gonna go. When you walk in, if you don't have a place for your shoes, they just start cluttering up the walkway, especially in a small space like this. I mean, we've got to figure out something for our shoes. Starting to look at pantry items, you know, where does stuff like this go? Because not an issue in our Class A. We've got more pantry storage than we need, to be honest. I mean, it's nice. So it's going to be an adjustment here to figure out what's the best use of space and where can we put those cans for, you know, the pantry stuff. So one option is, this is too thin, but this next one down is big enough for, you know, cans to lay in. They can't lay straight up. Oh, wow. I'm not a fan of storing cans straight up because you can't see what's in them. And I definitely don't want to take the time to write on each one, you know, what it is. So maybe if there was a system for them sideways to roll. I don't know. That's an option there. There's also this cabinet that's above the sink. That you can store some cans in on it. I don't know what would go up here, maybe some spices or something, but it's actually got a spice rack over here already. And to me, this would be your prime real estate. This would be like, what do you access the most would go in this spot right here, because this is just quick, super easy access while you're, you know, in the kitchen area. When it comes to minimalism, when it comes to organizing, you want to think about, what do I use the most on a daily basis? I need quick access to it. Like paper towels. I would want the paper towels, the trash, things like that, easily accessible, used multiple times a day. That goes to the top of the list. Cans would be, you know, just a little bit down on that list. It's something you might access once, maybe twice a day, but not nearly as often like a paper towel or something like that. And then you've got like, I don't know, trash bags, things like that, that you're only gonna access maybe every couple of days or 2 or 3 days or whatever, and it's on a slower basis, and so that stuff could be in a little less accessible place. It's a lot to think through, but that's a factor you definitely want to think about as you're organizing, is what do I access the most, and make that the most accessible for the space. Give it the prime real estate if you're going to be using it a lot. The reason I'm doing all this now is, if we're going to take this dinette out and build something here, we need to decide and figure out, do we need storage built into whatever solution we need here? Right now I'm thinking we could probably really use somewhere to put our trash can, and possibly our shoes would be good too. So it might be nice to have a little cubby underneath for the shoes, a little slide out deal for the trash can underneath it, and then it doubles as a seat. Day one of renovations, things went pretty well. The goal was just to clear it out and see what things look like. So, oh, this is kind of what it looks like.
We're trying to think of ways that we can keep it minimal, but have functionality with some of what we're trying to do over here, and then have multi-purpose for it, as well as some storage. So we're thinking we might put a couple of benches here that can be moved, and we could move it on this side where a table will be, so we can sit and eat. And then we could even use...
And the tables, it's like a fold-up table. I mean, it's gonna, when we don't need it, it folds down, and then we do need it, it folds up. Really similar. It already has one over here, like this. When the table's up, this bench could swivel around if we need it to, and it could be up with the table. Or if we need to, the bench can swing back around and we can have more seating. Or the table could go down, and one of these benches could be over here for us to put our feet on, store things.
I'm really loving the openness. I think it was very crowded in here with all the drapes and the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that really opened it up, just taking that stuff out of here.
I think us just like getting to see our space has really helped with trying to come up with a vision for what we have.
You know, that's what we wanted. We want the living room, kitchen area to feel big and open, and we're okay with our bedroom and some other areas being kind of cramped, because we know, other than sleeping, 90-95% of our time is going to be spent in this area. So we went with the Airstream for a few different reasons. First of all, it was the length we liked. It was not only under 35, but it was actually 31 feet, which is awesome, because I think we might even be able to squeeze into some 30-foot stuff when we want to. And, you know, we're going with a shorter length because we're having a harder time getting in the national and state parks, and we've learned you can always get a shorter RV into a longer side, but you can't get a longer RV into a shorter side. So we feel like this has been a growing movement. It's getting harder and harder to find places to stay, and so the smaller we are, the easier it is to find somewhere to stay.
We also liked that it was a model that we could get in an older model and kind of redo it, and one, to save some money, and two, that we could make it our own and, I don't know, give it a personal touch.
The appeal of an Airstream to me is it's simple, it's clean, there's not swirls on the side of the thing, it's actually tows really, really well. There are some things that are more affordable with the Airstream than a Class A. You know, I went and got all brand new 4 tires for it, towing it back. It was like $500 for all 4 tires. It was $700 per tire on our motorhome when I needed to get tires. So there's definitely some things that cost less with it. It doesn't have slides to brake. It doesn't have mechanical, you know, awnings. It doesn't have mechanical stabilizer jacks, and those are a pain to set up. But, you know, those are fewer things to break too. And that's not to say it's right or wrong to have those gadgets, but we were ready.
We enjoyed them.
We definitely enjoyed, yes, like being able to push a button and you're stabilized, or push a button and you've got your awning. It's pretty awesome. But I don't know, we were ready to try out a change of maybe cutting back on some of those amenities to see if, you know, a simpler way of doing things would be neat too.
I think we're just excited about getting to immerse ourselves in more of the state and national parks that we're really wanting to start camping in more. Not that we weren't getting to do that before, because you can do it with a larger rig. It's just you're kind of limited at times. So I feel like this will be a whole nother chapter of camping for us. It's going to be a different experience. I feel like we've had to work our way down. If we probably would have tried the Airstream in the very beginning after downsizing from our house, I don't know. I just don't know if that would have been the best thing for us. But I feel like we've slowly kind of been working ourselves down and, I don't know, just finding out what's the most important to us, and we're getting better at minimizing space.
Right, Hensley?
Is it cool and fun?
Is it fun in the Airstream?
Airstream.
Yeah, you like the Airstream?
Do you like it?
It's a dark Airstream.
Is it dark in the Airstream? It's dark over there, isn't it?
I mean, the theme of what we're doing is no regrets. And I think if we never tried it, we would always wonder. Now we'll know if it's our love and meant to be for us, or if it's just one of those things we think is beautiful and not practical for us.
Very likely.
Because we're giving up
Yeah.
a lot of the things that make camping a lot more convenient. So much give and take. So we're giving up a little space and convenience to get the full experience, and it's just something we're looking forward to trying.
We're ready. We're excited, and just
Nervous.
gotta get it going. Gotta get it rolling, and gotta get the the motorhome sold, and hopefully we can get on the road with this thing. We're gonna call it a night, and we'll catch you guys later.